Okay, so 30 days of Lashay. This is a bonus one. I woke up this morning. I'm reading a book. I'm not getting ready to share that because there's a whole nother series that I'm getting ready to do. But the word that stuck out to me was fear. False evidence appearing real. So I'm not even going to pretend that I got it all in my head. I had to write this down because literally it came to me this morning. Fear is often the price we pay for trying to control the outcome. For those of you who don't know, control is illusion. You don't have it. You think you do. You don't. You do the best you can. Go back and watch the other videos because I talked about how I don't want to let fear lead the second half of my life. I don't want uncertainty to cause me to be paralyzed. And so I want to ask you this question because I'm asking myself this. What if you're not actually afraid of the thing you say you're afraid of? What if you are actually not afraid of the thing that you say you are afraid of? What if you're afraid because you have an expectation about how things should go? I'm talking to myself and I'm hoping that I reach one other woman and help her to wake up in this second half of her life. I'm taking inventory of the things that have kept me paralyzed and I'm paying my life forward. What if fear is created in the space between what is happening and what you believe must happen? I want you to catch what I'm putting down because this one right here, this one is good. This came to me this morning. Fear says this can't happen. It's not possible. You're too old. Why are you trying that? Give up. Go ahead and just settle in. Skate through this second half of your life. Fear will say that your preferences, I really don't want this to happen. I'm okay if this doesn't happen. But when preferences become a requirement for our peace, what enters? Fear. 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 Fear enters. Fear is the tension I feel when my preferences might not be met. I'm 53 years old. I did not expect my life to look like this right now. I didn't. I was minding my business. I was actually trying to follow the yellow brick road. I went to school. I got my undergraduate degree. I actually got my associate's degree first. By the time I got my undergraduate degree, I had gained so many credits that I did both within 18 months. The momentum kicked in. I go back, I get my graduate degree. I decided I wanted to do a more traditional route. So I go and I sit in a room and I get my graduate degree in education administration. Why? Because I'm already predicting I'm not going to be in that classroom forever. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and sharpen the skills. Let's go ahead and get the certificates. Let's go ahead and have the degree in our pocket. Don't don't be getting ready. Be ready. But my fear was, what if this teaching don't work out, or I don't want to be limited to my possibilities and my opportunities. Okay. So fear is the tension I feel when my preferences might not be met. Here's the second thing. Preference isn't the problem. Here we go. Stay with me. This is such an important distinction. Why? Because you can have preferences. I had preferences. This wind is blowing. I had preferences. I'm a rule follower. I thought if I followed the rules that my life would be secure. I was looking for certainty. I was looking for the pathway. I was looking for, okay, this is going to work out. You went to school. You got the degrees. You got the certificates. You climbed the ladder. Not really. I was minding my business. I kept getting tapped and invited to activate the things, little that I know that God had placed on the inside of me. Because here's what I know. And again, this came to me this morning. You can want people to like you. You can want your relationship with your children, with your spouse, with your coworkers to work out. You can want to make good decisions for your children. You could want your career to succeed. You can want your body to change. You can want people to understand you. You don't like being misunderstood. Your plans, you want them to work. You sit up at night with your calendar and your pen and your highlighter and all the things. You're reading the books and you want it to work. And I want you to know, sis, I'm only talking to one sister as I'm talking to me. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with you wanting those preferences. What I'm telling you is that the problem comes when we unconsciously say, and if this doesn't work out, will I be okay? Go back tomorrow or the day before. where I talked about who are you outside of the labels that people give you. Because underneath that, that's where your preferences are attached. Here's the other thing. Think about the fear of being judged. This is the fear. 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 What happened? What would happen if I genuinely stopped caring about what everybody thought about me? Let me look in this camera. What would happen if I stopped caring about what everybody had to say about me? What if I didn't care that they were judging me? What if I had to get over that with this gray hair because I inherited this. So I've had gray hair for years, way before my age matched it. Would you still be afraid to speak? Would you still be afraid to create? Would you still be afraid to start the business? Would you still be afraid to post a video? I'm sitting out here in the park with the flies and I'm probably getting stung with mosquito bites, but I'm out here for one other woman and I'm good with that. What would happen if you didn't care about somebody judging what outfit you wore to the outfit or to church? Would you wear the outfit that you really wanted to wear? What would happen if you didn't care that someone told you no when in fact you got to trust that God is in control of the no's and the yeses? What would happen if somebody told you the truth? Oh Jesus. Oh God. Let me calm down cuz I'm getting excited. What would happen when your children or your partner disappoints you? What would happen if you started the school to go back to school and then somewhere along the way life happened and then you didn't finish and you concerned that people are going to judge you? Because the fear isn't necessarily the judgment. This is what I believe. The fear is you need other people's approval. Your preference is I prefer that you think well of me. Your attachment becomes you must think well of me. And then suddenly, someone else's opinion has the power to control your behavior. So while I'm sitting out here, there are children that are to the left of me that are playing soccer. There were children in the other video that stood behind me because they had put their bikes down. I did not stop recording my video. Why? Because this is for me and for one other woman. The fear of uncertainty. Go back and watch it. That uncertainty, honey, it will slam you to the ground. This one is huge. Uncertainty, it is huge. We often say, I'm afraid of the unknown. But I want you to ask yourself this question. What exactly about the unknown actually scares you? I'm getting ready to plan a trip and I'm going by myself. I haven't been out of the country by myself, but I'm going. I need this one. I'm checking off because I need to live my life. I'm not waiting for nobody to be available no more. I'm waiting for August 21st because Spa Day movie is coming out. I got a reminder on my calendar, buy my ticket. I'm going to the movies, and depending on the time of the show, I'm either going to go to lunch or dinner by myself. So what is scaring you? Usually it is that we have preferred outcomes. We want to know how's this going to turn out, whether it's going to be okay, whether we'll have enough money. Will they stay? Will they go? Will I get the job? If I get the job, can I keep the job? Will our children be okay when they leave home and go to college or go out and make their own decisions? Will the business work? Do I invest? Do I not invest? Is the economy going to fall? We want certainty because we want to guarantee our preferred outcome. I'm talking about fear. But life does not work that way. So here it is. We try to use control to manufacture our certainty. This came to me this morning. Oh God, this one is good. I think I'm gonna pin and post this one because it's blessing me, and I just know it's gonna bless one other woman. And when we are trying to control, and you realize you can't, you open the door to fear. You open the door. You say, "Come on in, come on in." False evidence appearing real. Come on in the room. Control is often fear wearing a productive outfit. Okay. How random does that sound? This could really be something for you to consider because sometimes fear doesn't always look like panic. That thing is quiet. It sneak up on you. Sometimes it comes with over planning, overthinking. Sometimes it's your checking like Santa, check it once, mic, check, mic check. Sometimes it is coming through you trying to fix, fix, fix. Sometimes you are rehearsing conversations. Sometimes you are trying to manage people's perception. Sometimes you are needing every detail figured out. Okay, let me just take a moment because I am talking to myself. This came to me this morning while I was reading this book. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what it's titled: Wisdom Untethered. Cause she trying to live this second half of her life, hashtag unbothered, and with some wisdom, constantly asking, what if, what if, what if, what if I'm getting ready to travel by myself? What if I get there and the room isn't the way that I want? What if they have me on the floor and I don't want to be on the floor? What if I get there and there's a room? What if? And I'm a what if myself till that doggone plane ticket that I paid for last year mess around and expire. Not. We're going on the trip. We're going. We call it being responsible. We call it being prepared. We might even try to slather it with, I'm just discerning. But sometimes, just sometimes, we're just trying to control an outcome because we're afraid of what happens if we can't. I know you don't like it because I ain't like it. When I got this download this morning, I was minding my business and I got this download, which is why yesterday's video and today's video, I got the same clothes on and I'm sitting in the same spot because I said it. This came to me this morning. Here's the other thing. The uncomfortable question is, what am I insisting must happen? When you're afraid, this is what I feel. Don't immediately ask, how do I get rid of this fear? What if I ask, what am I afraid won't happen? Reframing it. Because I want to process, where is this fear actually coming from? What do I believe I need to happen in order for me to be okay? What is it that I need? I'm afraid I'm going to fail. And underneath that, underneath me saying I'm afraid I'm going to fail, is really me saying I need to be in control that I succeed. What if I'm thinking that if I fail, people are watching and then they're going to start to think I'm incapable? What if underneath that I'm afraid I'm going to fail is really I need people to think I'm capable? Wow. 53, we coming up out of this. Sis, I don't know who you are, but I hope you hear what I'm saying. Fear reveals itself as attachment, okay? And fear can also become a mirror for us. The mirror is basically showing you the piece that you're trying to get an outcome for. I'll get the job. Is he going to choose me? Is he going to ask to marry me? Will my children be okay? Did I fix that? Did I get right? Did I sound right? Does my boss notice me? Are they going to invite me to do whatever that thing is again? Will they remember me? Does my body look different now that I'm going to the gym every day? And this morning I got up and did a wonderful Pilates, slow moving. Woo, you're getting the overflow of that because the piece is just still flowing through me. Will the business grow? But what happens when your piece no longer has a condition on it? What happens? What happens? You can still wait for the thing. How will you wait? Will you wait with peace? And you can still trust that if God be for you, who can be against you? And if he is the author and the finisher of your faith and your story, because he is still writing your story, can you trust that he will get you to your expected end? I'm just wondering. Because I'm sitting here paying my life forward while these mosquitoes is flying around me. Here it is. This does not mean that you're becoming passive. Don't miss what I'm not putting down. I believe when you say, so I shouldn't care about anything. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't have goals. I'm not saying that you shouldn't make plans. I'm not saying that you should not be praying and considering what the Lord is saying. What is the Holy Spirit speaking to you? I'm not saying that you can't work hard. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that you should not set boundaries. I'm not saying that you should not be weighing the matter. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you can have freedom along the way. You don't have to feel paralyzed by this fear. You can have freedom. And here it is again. Where are you bringing your faith into this matter? God will make everything that I want go my way. Go my way or his way? Because his ways, last I checked, are better. Lean in. Trust that God's way is better. God, God's way is better. So stop fighting against the Lord. I'm talking to myself. I'm sitting out here in this park and it's starting to get hot, and I'm a woman of a certain age and I already got my own cooling system. But I'm telling you, sis, that woman that's on the other side of this camera, I'm telling you right now that God's way is better. I just went through the last several weeks with uncertainty, and I leaned into God like you would not believe. Not perfectly, but I'm paying my life forward, because this morning, as I was journaling about these last few weeks, He said, fear, fear of uncertainty, fear that you want things to go your way. Trust the Lord's way, because I'm becoming her. I'm becoming the woman that God always said that I could be. There is a version of me that brings the safety that I know is way better than the safety that I'm trying to create. The safety that allows me to not overthink me and my relationship with my guy. I'm over it. Work, don't work. Get married, don't get married. Single, not single. I'm over it. I am over it. Maintain the weight loss. Don't maintain the weight loss, because I'm getting ready to go to Chipotle. You want to know why? Because I got a gift certificate from when I went to get my mammogram, and I'm getting ready to go use that. Somebody say, put it in the chat, free lunch. Now, is that going to mess with me when I get on that scale tomorrow? No, because I'm free. I know that I'm not eating Chipotle every day. I know that I'm not eating fried chicken every day. But today, I'm going to go get me a burrito. I'm becoming the woman that while I'm getting my finances right, I'm not going to wait for that bank account to change. I'm going to steward what is in my hand, and I'm going to steward it to the glory of God. And that story is coming, because I had a situation that, that situation was very sobering. Look the word up. That's all I got. Come back tomorrow. I ain't got nothing else. I think that's it. I done wrote all my notes. I'm done talking. I'm talking about growing up. I'm talking about full grown woman, maturity, surrender, freedom. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the life that I know God said that I can have, and I'm not waiting for it. I will not let fear, I will not let fear rule the second half of my life. I won't. I'm going to ask myself these questions. What is it that I'm really trying to control? Because control is an illusion. Today, sis, what you putting down? Go on and put it down. Trust the Lord. His way, His plan for you is better. Come back tomorrow. Peace.